I guess you're going to want to hear me talk. At some point, I guess we start the show, huh? At some point, we start the show. And here we are. It's another episode of the Blathering, episode 148, I believe. We're on a Tuesday tonight, so, I don't know who's going to show up. But if you're watching, I'm glad you're here. Dave McKay says, may as well. Steve's here, producer Steve, Will McLean, Paige Turner's there. We're not. Some people checking in today. Busy day out there in the world. As always, the Blathering is a unscripted look at the world. Crafted Jedi's here. Always checks in and says hello. With me, Kat Dabsock, but it's mostly built on our community and our calls from all of you. So we will say up top, if you want to call in, become a YouTube channel member or a Patreon member. If you want to call in, the link today is the Monday link. No need to change it. It's the same studio here in StreamYard. Tully Quinn's here. Dave McKay asked a simple question. How's it going? You know what? It's okay. It's okay. And I always will say the world, there's stuff going on in the world. Fascinating, bad, good, silly. We'll get to all of that there. But in terms of me, I'm okay. I had a job interview yesterday, a city job, a little part-time thing. Well, full-time hours, part-time pay. What a wonderful world we live in. It went good, but I won't know for a couple weeks. The government moves at the speed of favor, as we know. But at the same time, I pretty much did find out that the dream job I applied for last week, probably not getting it, no official word, but the station I applied at made some changes. They announced it to much fanfare, and it kind of me, okay, they're not going to need the services of moi. That's French, maybe. So David, your question? Today was an up and down day. Yesterday was an up and down day. But that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we're all there. We're talking comedy sequels today. Scotty's checking in here. Says on the way to our schools, Finding Nemo play. Oh, that's fascinating. That means you're going to have a lot of kids in fish costumes. Right? Is there another way to interpret that? Fish makeup? It's got to be kids. I'm envisioning... much like when I was a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s in the churches, in the church world, there was that character, Salty, the singing psalm book. And it was a big psalm book, like a "Oh, we shall overcome." It was that, but it had like a face, like a human face, the actor and the hands. I'm imagining that. A lot of fish costumes. All right, so questions already coming in, or answers already coming into a question I have here in the Q&A, which we're going to get to in honor of the Happy Gilmore 2 teaser trailer, which I watched once, so I have some thoughts, but minor thoughts. So I have the Q&A up there in chat. You can answer it, or you can just go live in chat. Some answers coming in. Is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation a comedy sequel? Yeah, I'll say it is. Yeah, absolutely. Wayne's World 2 says Svetnik, that might be my early leader in the clubhouse. Finding Dory, sequel to Finding Nemo. Best comedy sequel, Scotty follows that up with Anchorman 2. I only have seen Anchorman 2 once. And it wasn't I didn't like it. I didn't even see it in a theater. I think I saw it in the background. So I can't fairly judge it. Eventually loved Anchorman. Didn't like it the first viewing. I don't know why. I just remember the moment the movie started, fan of everyone involved with it, and I just went, not for me. And then heard friends of mine quoting it about a year or two later and thought, oh, that's a very funny movie. What's that movie? They were like, Anchorman. I was like, maybe I enjoy it. So I came around on Anchorman. Bill and Ted 2. I don't remember Bill and Ted 2. 8984 in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Svetnik does like Anchorman 2. JMB saying, fan of Austin Powers Gold member. I do like the Austin Powers sequels. About 2 or 3 years ago, Grace and I watched at least the first Austin Powers, and I love that film. I'm a Mike Myers fan. Has he kept his edge? No. Love Guru, that series he had like 2 years ago on Netflix, the Pentabrith or whatever it was slightly disappointing, which I don't think it was anyone's fault. I just think he's got a different style. So anyways, but I've always been a fan of Mike Myers, so I do enjoy Austin Powers. Yeah, Steve says Spy Who Shagged Me. I agree with that there. I should probably catch up with the actual chat here. Shrek 2 says 8984. I haven't spent a lot of time in the Shrek world. You guys got a lot of great choices coming in. See, this is what I'm talking about. We all have some wonderful thoughts out there. Some things on the mind. We are Dune Bart 2, says Scotty. All right, Scotty's drunk. He's going to a children's play drunk. That's what I think there. We've got a new Loch Ness monster photo to look at. It's actually a couple weeks old, but it kind of made the rounds last couple days. So I thought, based on our conversation we had last time out, talking about cryptids and monsters and whatnot, I think we should talk about it. I'm on it. Thank you, Scotty. David says we bought tickets to Bug's Life and then snuck into Austin Powers 2. Ants versus A Bug's Life is one of the great debates of our time. It is almost more passionate than the Deep Impact Armageddon debate or Tombstone and Wyatt Earp. I remember seeing both, and I always get the confused. I think we've had this conversation on Blathering. Which one is the Woody Allen one? Which is the one I liked better, but maybe shouldn't. I don't know where we stand on that. We're talking about the new Loch Ness monster photo. Talk about Happy Gilmore 2 as we talk comedy sequels here today. Woody Allen is in Ants. Okay, so then I was Ants I liked, David. I thought I liked that one better. But maybe I should just say A Bug's Life now to be safe. The Dragon Crew, Crew 9, brought home the astronauts. We have done that before, says Steve. We're playing the hits. That's the story of my life. Ants' politically minded bug revolution. It is. Scotty's trying to write Gremlins 3. Okay. I watched live. I think it was live. I don't know. Maybe it was delayed. But I watched just before I was getting ready for the show here. I watched them bring the crew home from space, the one that was stranded up there, 9 months, and 2 others there that have been up there for a pretty long time, too. If you're in space for more than a weekend, I'm going to consider it a long time. And it was fascinating to watch. I definitely want to separate SpaceX from the man behind it. But it was one of those things that conversation was put aside where you're just watching these people come back home. Fascinating. We'll have to get Brandon Hanna back on the show if he has any thoughts on this. A Bug's Life is Dave Foley, but I do love Dave Foley. I've met Dave Foley a few times. He's a nice chap. Believes in aliens. Maybe it's you know how we're going to decide this? I'm just going to have to watch both of them again, which you know how hard that is. Cam Stewart says, how long? 9 months. That's deep. Long time. Deep Space Nine. Stop it, Cam. Stop it. It was fascinating. I wasn't planning on watching the crew return to Earth, but by the time I turned it on, they'd already splashed down, and it's like, well, it's so close. And I can't imagine the 9 months in space. I'm sure after about 3 months, you kind of go crazy. And then maybe the 5th month, you settle back down. And by the 6th month, it's just kind of you're on autopilot. But I can't imagine coming down, splashing down. You're in the waters off Tallahassee. You can't do anything. You're strapped in. You're at the fate of this crew. They get you on. And then I was watching Laserbolt. You were probably watching, too. The amount of time it took to recover, and as I wouldn't expect it to go fast, but the amount of get the capsule up, get the Dragon capsule up, and then slowly position it on the ship. In the meantime, the 4 of you are just in there, just rocking and rolling, just like it's a carnival ride. Just thinking, I'm home. Open those doors, and then the process to open the doors, to deseal it. You got to put this cover on it. You remove these pads and these mobility units, and then one by one, it's like you're entering a wedding reception where they announce the crew, coming in. Here's the maid of honor. Like one by one, they wheeled them out, which is great. They all deserve their time, their spotlight in the Florida sun. So it was fascinating to watch. They were greeted by dolphins. Yeah, Steve said Tallahassee. Just leave me in space. At this point, I'd land anywhere. I'd land anywhere if you're in space that long. Michael McCarthy does point out the truth there. If it makes you feel better, musty has nothing to do with the actual innovation SpaceX has managed. He's got nothing to do with pretty much anything here, even any advancements that Tesla has made, and now he's responsible for the things that are happening to Tesla, I think. And watching him... Watching his Tesla stock slide back down has been fun to watch, too. Different conversation. Brian Ward is here. Brian Ward says, Bugs Life DVD came with my original blue iMac. Were they given? Is that how they won the wars? Is that how they won the PC Mac wars? Give you copies of A Bug's Life? I don't know. Tesla stock looking like Anakin is piloting. Oh, wow. Cam Stewart's on a roll today. A couple of things I didn't want. I put it in the title. I have. This is not a news program. We might talk about it in more detail on any time. We might not. I don't know. I just was watching with abject horror as the Trump administration rounds up, alleged suspect. We think your tattoos might make you a gang member, so we're going to round you up. And these Venezuelan folks. Rounded up, deported, sent to God knows where, these labor camps and prison camps, and then a judge says, nah, you can't do that. And then the administration plays the game of, wow, the plane was already, sorry, we can't turn it around. The plane was in international waters. Whoopsie. And then, you've got, this Pam Bondi, our attorney general, which... God, it's crazy. That was supposed to be Matt Gaetz. Well, was it ever really supposed to be Matt Gaetz? I don't know. Pick your poison there at that point. But she said last night on Fox, the bastion of truth, that it is that the Trump administration, quote, absolutely will keep doing deportation flights even in the face of court orders telling them to stop. And when you see things like that, I just had this. That's why I put in the title, Constitutional Crisis. You keep hearing that stuff, and we've heard that stuff for years, and I do believe sometimes words can lose their meaning. That's why when you're having a conversation, say media literacy comes to mind or something where it's like I can love to have those conversations, but after a while that term just becomes wallpaper and people don't want to engage with it anymore. I don't think it's hyperbole, and I don't think it's screaming that the sky is falling if someone brings up the point that it's where it might be in a period, and well past a period of constitutional crisis. I was just putting it out like, what do we do with that right now? What do we do with that? And we have the situation last week with Schumer and the other what is it? 8? Is it 9 Republicans and 1 independent? The infamous 10. They have that stuff going on last week, and it just all feels feckless. It all feels pointless, and it all feels a little lost. But I don't know what to do with this right now, and that's why this isn't me being a political commentator. This is just me being a citizen who's concerned. Who also, it's complicated in all directions. I have a friend whose job was directly saved, not just his job, perhaps his house, his living situation was directly saved by Schumer and the other 9 voting with the Republicans. So he was like, what do I do with that? Because I'm against this administration. I can tell you a lot of reasons why, but it came down to the wire, and I was going to be homeless. And so it's like this whole thing, I'm just becoming overwhelmed with all of this stuff. And then you hear the ideas of, Christopher Titus. And I recommend, you're looking for comics, and you're looking for commentators, and you're looking for great shows, and I'm not enough for you, and I shouldn't be enough for you. Check out Christopher Titus's YouTube channel. He's on this stuff all the day. He's got a great team around him, got a team of writers. They put out a great show. I think it's really fun, and I, in an era where stand-up comedy correctly is criticized and scrutinized, and there's a lot of bad actors in it, and just a lot of bad performers in it. Titus is still going strong. Christopher Titus, I saw him recently at Flappers at the end of last year. He's got a show, but he was talking about the constitutional crisis. And does this mean we go out? Does this mean it's time? Super chats coming in. Thank you. I'll get to those in a second. I really appreciate those. I was looking at the news today. Like I saw, this is one of the headlines. I love playing headline roulette. And you got, all right, Bill Gates is warning the White House still can't fill shortfalls. We got Putin might halt strikes, maybe. Israel, them going, yeah, you know what? Second thought, let's just kill 400 more people. All right, that sounds like a thing to do on a Tuesday and a Monday. And you got that. You got Texas making 2 more abortion arrests as they try to intimidate healthcare providers in that state. And then in the middle of it, also, I saw this headline, and this is. I'm not. I want to be clear. I'm not suggesting this. I always want to be clear. Not suggesting this stuff. Just bringing it up. Headline reads: multiple vehicles set on fire at a Tesla center in Las Vegas. Is this the response to the constitutional crisis? Because I don't think we're going to have anyone in the White or in the House and in the Senate that are going to care in this way. Again, not condoning. I'm not condoning, but it's just. Are we going to start to see more of this? When does our Aldani happen? And are we actually heading to that? Legally, I don't condone it. David McKay says, I started listening to Christopher Titus' show after you recommended a couple weeks ago. It's great. Thank you. I'm not crazy. David knows I'm crazy. Great question. Will McLean, I'm going to get that question. I have thoughts on that too. So this is why I don't have a team of research writers around me and everything. I don't have all the information. I just, for the last couple of weeks, in fact, the last couple of years, in fact, going back to 2016, 2017, we heard about, this idea of a constitutional crisis. And I do believe we're probably in it. And now I'm like, do we grab the pitchforks? Like, what is this? And good people will fight if we lead them. Where's Harpo Dameron? They are openly defined. And then calling for impeachment on other judges. And then, thank God, of all people, John Roberts, who we all remember at the joint address that Trump made a couple weeks ago. He left and gave John Roberts a big attaboy for giving him a lot of powers. Don't trust Roberts as far as I can throw his robe. But he kind of comes out with sharp rebuke on the idea of impeaching the federal judges that are voting or not voting, but ruling against the Trump administration. So it's getting scary. It's getting crazy. And I put it all you, John Roberts in a hot dog soup. How are you processing all this? The biggest change, I think, that I think 2016 on has done and continues to teach me, unfortunately, is all the things that maybe you thought would never happen can happen. This goes back to 5 years out of the COVID lockdowns and the pandemic hitting in full force. Learning early on, as friends of mine suffered losses, deaths, attending a online wake, as I did a couple weeks into the start of the pandemic, it really was a horrific slap to the face of those things you kind of always feared or you heard you should fear, but you think that doesn't really happen. Meteorite's not going to come down and hit us here on the earth. We're not going to have a worldwide pandemic. This isn't 1918. We're not going to have a president that's going to go against federal judges and say they don't matter. We're not going to have an attorney general say, oh, absolutely, we're going to continue to violate. But this has continued to happen. Just like when he came down, you know who, came down that golden escalator to announce his next run as president, because he had run before. I remember thinking, sure, there's just no way. We are in an era of there is a way. The bad things are happening. And I'm trying to wrap my head around that. It's a constitutional crisis ball of fun. Resist bots, 5 calls, write in your senators, write in your reps. Voting. I'm one of those people who's still going to say, better get out there and vote. Better work it on the local level. Hell, some of you out there, run for office. David McKay, move here. Become a citizen. Run for office. It might take you a while. Actually, you know what? Stay where you are. Probably better. Can we come to you? Can we run for office out there? I don't know. And then 5 years since the Imagine video. 5 years since the. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, Scotty. Imagine there's no heaven. I lost my train of thought. To the day, says Scotty. To the day. 898 for M says, after Korea had a Rasputin incident, I realized we live in history, whether we like it or not. The upsetting of the norms is something I talked about, which is why I think you do have, oh, my hair's a mess today. It's why you do have a lot of folks, and not just, mostly maybe boomers or older Gen X, or all Gen X, or all millennials, elder millennials. I don't know. It just, you have entire generations of people across the world, but for us in America, I think it's a little more, we feel a little bit more of the norms have been in place for so long, even though that might not be true when you looked into the actual history of it, right? I was having lunch the other day with the wonderful DJ Bruja herself, Dorita, and she, raised in another country, had a lot of thoughts, and we should bring her on anytime. We should bring her on here. Like talking about the cult of America and how a lot of folks are waking up to that too. But aside from that, you grew up and this was all normal. Now, I grew up in an era where we thought a nuclear attack was going to happen. We were trained on that, right? Get under your desks. The nukes are coming. I also grew up in a town that was very close, within earshot, if you will, of Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant out there by Avila Beach and Pismo Beach, California. So we also had to train for if a nuclear reactor meltdown happened. Chernobyl was scary for me as a kid, even though there's also the idea of my grandma's sister lived there and all the stuff in the Ukraine. But it was one of the, like, could that happen here? Because we have one of those over the hill. I'd go on a school field trip to it. Anyways, but the norms were in place. And now we see that the norms are broken. And again, I think it's okay to say they've always been. Welcome to the party, pal. But what do we do? How do you train for a nuclear president meltdown? Because I think we're having that. Yeah. Cam, great comment, too, just especially the beginning of that. How do we train for any of this? Our brains can't comprehend it. Shout out to David Mackay becoming a YouTube member. Finally. No. And also shout out to David to re-up it on Patreon. I really appreciate that. You can become a supporter at patreon.com/Ken Napzok and get Pop Rockin' Radio if you like some good music. All right. Catching up here, I'm going to thank Sean Sully. I don't know if Sean's still there. He's leaving some super chats. And are you giving me signals? What are you giving me, Sean? It's a little monkey. It's a little number 3. And then we need a fulcrum. Also 4. I'm missing. I'd love it, but I love it there. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Love the super chats. Let me check the questions here. Welcome. We'll talk about comedy sequels here in a second. We've got some answers on that. One thing I did want to address, at least talk about. Go to the store, people. Oh, yeah. Steve ordered. If you put I put a counter on the screen. Yeah. No, I do. I put a little super chat goal up there. You guys are great. The Electoral College cost. Yeah. Cat Plume says, hey, to be fair, basic public school civics and history classes are supposed to train us about all this. Yeah. I don't think we were ready. All right. I'm 9 minutes past my Loch Ness Monster deadline. Scotty's yelling at me. Calls at the bottom of the hour. But one thing I just wanted to really congratulate the Republicans once again. And it's not just them, okay? I understand that. But I want to congratulate the Republicans. Because last week, first, it was Trump's former spiritual advisor, Robert Preston Morris, a former Texas megachurch pastor who was indicted on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child. He eventually turned himself in Oklahoma. I don't know if I believe in hell, but I hope he's got a cot down there. I don't even want to give him the cot to rest. But I want to congratulate Minnesota State Senator Justin Eichhorn, this 40-year-old fuck, traveled to meet a 17-year-old he thought he had met online, a 17-year-old sex worker he thought he met online, but instead it was a cop posing as a minor. Look, I got my issues with police departments around the world. I got my issues with the culture within police departments. I do still believe this. There is crime that needs to be stopped, and there's people that need to be stopped as well. So, good job on this. Sex traffic, sex crimes, and those units, those detectives' desks and everything, they do good work. Are they all perfect themselves? No. Just saw another story the other day of a former cop turned like security personnel at a college or a school had installed secret cameras in a girl's locker room. It's everywhere. And look, this is not right or left. This is a power issue. This is mostly a man issue. This is it's this dark side of the human nature. This is why you have the left-leaning feminist men, which is a good thing, right? I consider myself a feminist too, but you have those who have abused their power. And even though I think they may have said the right things and believed in the right things, Neil Gaiman comes to mind. They use their power to it's not just about with some of those, not just sex crimes, but using their power to coerce, to manipulate, to get what they want is power. But congratulations to Minnesota State Senator Justin Eichorn, arrested for this. But what was really interesting about this is this was just days after he was one of many Republican state lawmakers who introduced a bill to create a mental illness category for liberals obsessed over Donald Trump, the Trump deranged syndrome. They proposed that. It's on the books. They proposed it. But while he was busy proposing that, Justin Eichorn, say the name, don't forget the name, sought to have sex with a minor, and he was arrested for it. So congratulations again. Congratulations again, Republicans. We know who you are. We've always known who you are. And, man, won't be the last. Won't be the last. So there we go. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit. We got some calls coming your way, but I do want to talk about Will McLean has this question. We'll take some super blathers at the end of the show, but Will McLean has this one. What do you think about the WWE doing a roast of WrestleMania with Tony Hinchcliffe? Sounds like a terrible idea all around to me. I'm a big WWE fan, but that has always put me in a morally compromised position. I plan on watching WrestleMania. I'll say right now. It's my birthday weekend and made some plans with some friends to have fun watching WrestleMania for my birthday. I'm not currently backing off that. And I don't know what I feel about that. It's hard to be morally pure in this society. We could have a long conversation about it, but I don't have the answers. It's case by case. I'm happy to see Tesla stock fall. That becomes from some people making the right decisions morally, maybe. I'm happy to see Target stock fall, a store that I've shopped at for years. And still, I'm not going to lie, there's one or two items, that's the only spot. I guess I need to go there. And I feel bad about it, but their stocks have fallen. So it's good to make these decisions. I just don't know. It's just, I don't know what to do with it. Hinchcliffe is a shitty comic. He's always been a shitty comic. He represents a style of comedy that I've never really enjoyed and never will enjoy, but people enjoy it. That's the problem. People enjoy it. I know he was scared shitless following his comments at the Trump rally prior to the election, but he's got no reason to be scared shitless now. He's got a big deal with Netflix. He just got signed to like 2 or 3 Kill Tony Live specials on Netflix. At one point, I'm not going to watch it, and I'll never stop not watching, but I can't fight it anymore. I won't watch this. I won't be part of this, and I don't like roasts anyways. I've been a part of them. They can be very fun. I just think it's a concept that it's gone beyond what's intended, and it's not entertaining to me. But yeah, I will never support Hinchcliffe, and He's just also not funny, man. He's not a good comic. He never was a good comic. He's one of those comics that had a good idea that he worked really hard at, and he never gave up because he's probably got some kind of sociopathic strains in him where he doesn't self-reflect, where someone like me might over-reflect. And he got in with the right crowd. He power played it, and you tip of the cap. You do a tip of the cap. It's not being televised anyway. It's cool. Not watching it. Not going to attend it. Yeah, and Original's right. As long as the ticket sales keep going, WWE and TKO will do what they want. But you got Dana White there on the MMA side. You know, I'm well past the Loch Ness Monster. So let's get to it. Oh, yeah, I don't have the story up. I forgot to bring the story up. About 2 weeks ago, this man saw a photo. He was up there at the old Loch Ness. And this is the first official sighting of 2025, which comes in March. And I saw this story, and I'm always excited. Okay, do we have a new Loch Ness Monster? Is this what we got? What do we got going on? Let's take a look. And so I found the photo. Are you ready? Are you ready? For audio listeners, I'll describe it once I bring it up. But are you ready here on the YouTube channel live or on Twitch, on Facebook Live, on the replay? Here you go. That's it. That's the goddamn photo. This is the goddamn first official sighting of the Loch Ness Monster in 2025. A dark shadow amongst the waves. It doesn't look any different. Now it's beneath the surface. I get it. But it does not look any different than the waves or the ripples anywhere else. It's just something underneath it. A rock, a reflection. What is it? Proof positive, says Laserbolt. Nessie never looked more beautiful, says Michael McCarsell. That's just Loch Ness. Vermont Mike says, oh my God, pixels. Yeah. Look, it's real, says Dave. Look, David McKay is the closest one to this right now. David, we need some pictures. Ranger Donald says, oh, look, a wet log. Cam Stewart, this is basically as strong as all the evidence I used in high school papers, and I don't like writing essays. Look, man, this can't be it. This can't be it. I want, it's not even a matter of I want to believe. You got to convince me here. I'm like a voter. You haven't earned my vote. You've got to convince me. You got to give me reason. So I've come up here pretty skeptical all the time. I come up here pretty harsh against those that believe, because you've got to prove it. And in this day and age, where I just watched 4 astronauts come back down to Earth on a live stream from Tallahassee, Florida, I watched it pretty clearly. You got personal drones that shoot better than anyone in the 1970s. Technology is is advancing rapidly. It's as we know. I'm not saying anything that you don't know. Oh, LQ. She says this with a super generous super blather. I visited Loch Ness years ago and didn't see her either. I could have bought a plush though. And see, I'll take the plush. All I'm saying is, this is Cam Stewart. We can take pictures of galaxies thousands of light years away, but the best we have are UFOs at Loch Ness are so fuzzy. This is the thing, man. And it's not. I'm not even biting you. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not going to be here that long today. I don't got time to be funny. You cannot continue to sell this grift if this is it. Tourism needs this. And I hate to be that cynical. They need this. You ever, all these ghost shows? I'll probably watch 3 ghost shows this weekend. No one get me wrong. I love watching them. But they're all places that are open for tours. They need this. They need this. Just like anyone selling the UAP lies. They need this so they can go to the conventions, make $10,000 a weekend speaking at it. 3 or 4 years ago, I was on the cusp of starting a UFO, UAP, cryptid talk show here on YouTube because I had fun with it. I believed it. I wanted to believe. And then the more you dig in, the more it is just this tiny, small, insular group of people selling the same lies. Now, this guy is just a dude. But then it's put out to the world as the first proof that it's, come on. James Holmes is also very close. James Holmes and Dave Mackay are the closest to the Ness, to the Loch Ness right now. To the Lake Ness. That assumes Nessie is involved in the same rate as our technology. Why wouldn't it? That's a good point, too. Nessie could have cloaking devices. We're going to start a segment here soon with this cat right here. Jerry the Cannon Junkie, my favorite comedy sequel, he says, particularly Ghostbusters 2. James Holmes says Scotland does need tourism. And by the way, that's not bad. Yes, we're still talking about this, Jerry. Jerry, are you telling me, look at this, Jerry, are you telling me that this is proof, the first official sighting of the year, that shadowy bump in the digitized water? We're going to start a segment here. I got a couple things I'm working on. But one of them's going to involve this cat, Jerry, who is, I'm very grateful that he calls into the shows. I'm very grateful to have Jerry as a friend. We won a Fortnite match the other day together with Lauren Romo. He's going to call in and he's going to try to sell me. He's going to have a story. He's going to tell the story and we're going to talk about it. And I want to measure the proof. I'm sorry I'm so grumpy about it. What I was starting to say is about 3 or 4 years ago, I was starting to think this would be fun to go down because I'm fascinated with the culture, as I've talked to you all about before. I'm fascinated with little subcultures. Whether I take part in the worlds or not, I'm fascinated with groups of people. I'm fascinated with the UAP community. And I want to be sensitive to them. And I want to have people to have the freedom to say, I've seen something. We got people here in chat who've said that before. Jerry has said that. Vermont Mike has said that. I've said that. I want to be able to talk about it. But you got to come to the table with more than that. Nessie is a Lovecraftian tentacle demon unleashed in this world by Aleister Crowley and his Loch Ness adjacent Manson. That's common knowledge. It's Bigfoot on a holiday. All right, you guys ready for calls? Let's do some calls. I think she's driving. This might not be safe. Addie, are you driving?
I just got home.
Okay. Wow, you're dedicated. You can park the car. You can pull over and park the car.
I did park the car. I just unloaded. I'm getting everything out of the garage.
Okay. Do you need to? Look, I don't want to take you from whatever you. What are you pulling in? Did you go to the grocery store? Coming back from work? What's going on?
I just got home from work.
Okay. So what do you got to pull in? What does a professor bring to work? 3 bags, laptops, some sort of thing to do experiments with.
I have 3 bags today. I have my briefcase. I have my purse.
Okay.
And I have my coat bag that has all the stuff that doesn't fit in my briefcase in it.
So I'm not counting the purse. That's personal effects. But so 2 bags full of school stuff.
And my lunchbox, but yes.
Time out now. Let's not bury the lead. What kind of lunchbox? Care Bears? Rainbow Bright?
Vera Bradley.
I don't know what that is. Is that a cartoon character or the designer?
The designer.
Okay. All right. Quickly, I don't want to keep you from loading your stuff here. You've had a hard day at work. You want to kick up your feet. We brought back astronauts from space today. Addie, what's on your mind?
I have 3 things for you tonight.
Okay.
2 of them are quick.
Okay.
I'm attempting to unlock the door to my building with my work ID. That's not going to work.
Okay. Okay. You're not on camera, so no one's going to see where you live. It's good.
Anyway, I was trying to figure out why the door wouldn't unlock. It's because I was using the wrong ID. So first of all, did you see my proposal for good bad food?
In the Discord. No. Yes, I did. Wait, what was it? No, remind me. I did see it. I saw it last night.
I would like to, not tonight, but I would like to defend Peeps.
I'm all on board. Let's do this. Let's do this because I love Peeps, and
Ken, I
I
gotta
have.
tell you, I
Yeah.
found I found Dr. Pepper Peeps this year.
Wow. Dr. Pepper. I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll coordinate this because Thursday we got hopefully some science. We got some sports. Also, I'm still hoping Jen Miro can call on Thursday and unveil the 6 episodes of DS9 that she's picked out for me to watch. Big day Thursday. So maybe Saturday we could do good bed food. I'll get some Peeps. I'll eat those things. Those tasty sugar marshmallows right on air. And I've
They're
had
just so
friends
good.
almost stop being friends with me over my love of Peeps.
Oh, they're just so good. I will defend them forever.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Second,
already
oh, I'm sure it's
people.
blowing up in chat.
Dr.
People have
Peep.
very
Oh,
strong opinions.
Sean Sullivan. Normally, if Sean Sullivan was in front of me, I'd probably slap him across the face for saying this. But he said Dr. Peepers. Okay. 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 All right, Eddie. That's on the books. What else? What else is on your mind? I don't want to keep you from. I feel really bad. I should have just waited till you got home.
I'm now in my apartment. I took the stairs just for you.
Wow. You hear that, Jared the TIE pilot? The hell have you done for me? All right.
Well, if
What's
I got
up?
in the elevator, I would have lost you. Um, the second thing that I wanted to get to real quick was I just wanted to inform you I'm giving this big lecture on campus on Friday, and the entire thing has a Lord of the Rings theme, and I thought you would appreciate it.
This is great. So you are giving a lecture, and you've put together a lecture, and it's all through the eyes of Lord of the Rings themes. This is amazing.
It is no, it is. It is my path to my current career, but it is entirely framed with like Lord of the Rings references.
Okay. I like this. All right.
But
Is this going to be
finally,
taped? Is this going to be taped?
I have no idea.
Jared, what we used to say back in our day, and I know you're not that much younger than me, we used to tape it, okay? We used to have
Right.
videotapes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, final thought.
Final thought. I have a good old fashioned Game of Thrones what if for you.
Okay.
Because I have been watching Game of Thrones. I am almost to the point that Jared is going to call in and ask you about next.
He might be. He's next up. He might have this planned. I'm watching his camera.
I am Oberyn just announced he would be Tyrion's champion.
Oh, that's his first scene. That's the Aragorn Vigo broke his foot bit of trivia that everyone will tell you. That's the first scene he shot for the show.
Brilliant way to start. Coming strong. So my question that I thought of, because in my speed watch of seasons 2 and 3, I spent a lot of time with Arya and Gendry. And the question I pose to you and the rest of the community is, should Arya have accepted Gendry's proposal and forged a new path for High Ladies of Westeros and what they could be?
Should she back
in season 8?
Season 8.
When Gendry gets naturalized and says he wants to marry her and make her the Lady of Storm's End.
Yeah, and then they get naturalized.
And she turns him down.
Look, I still think it's the right decision for her. I still think that's the character I wanted her to be, and she stays true to who she wanted to be going back to season 1 and what she talked about with her dad. But, this is an era where there's a little strategy involved. There could have been, like I said, a strength of numbers. But I'm curious, tossing it back to you from your perspective, what does that mean to you, forging a new way for ladies, official, quote-unquote, ladies in Westeros?
So, to me, it means, showing that a different path is possible. Like she early on tells her dad, that's not me, which I completely agree with. But what if we changed what that role could be and you turned it into something that was you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening to this. I like this idea. Redefining the relationship, redefining what a lady is supposed to even do in that era is kind of where you're going from.
Exactly.
I like
it. Showing, basically showing that it's possible to quote, have your cake and eat it too. You could be
Yeah.
happily married to Gendry and seeing what is west of West.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. I'm making almost a joke here, but it's like she's like, you know, our marriage has a different arrangement.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to sea. I might meet some a nice lady on the sea. You're gonna have to live with it. Like it could be, but it would break Gendry's heart. That boy's heart is pure. And maybe that was part of her factor, the part of the decisions, the factor of the decision. You know what I'm trying to say. That she just didn't want to. She knew this wasn't for me, but also I'm not for you. I'm not saying Arya was watching 500 Days of Summer, but maybe there's a little bit of that going on too. I don't know. But I like what you're saying. I like that it isn't like, hey, this fate, the only fate, the only two options I have are adventurous spinster or lady and mother of nine. Like let's do something else.
Yeah.
Like we could do something else. And that'd be very Arya. Like that would be Arya. And who knows, down the line, she might find out, like a lot of us do, oh, this is now me, but I'm doing it in my way. So I think I'm on board with you. I'm on board with your idea.
Yeah, it was just an idea I had when I was watching the two of them. And I was like, what if she'd said yes, but was like, but I have some conditions.
Yeah. Oh, look.
I'm not going to be my mother.
Yes. And no disrespect to mom, but yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. We got some folks agreeing with you. Cooper, the realm needs more stabby ladies. Yeah, and that might, she could still be a stabby lady, just as a lady of Storm's End, right? That would have been her spot.
Yeah.
James asked a pretty normal question. I like it. Wouldn't she have got bored of Gendry pretty quickly? Yeah. I think he was wonderfully thick-headed. It would have been interesting. Yeah. Addie, that's a great what if. I'm going to take any answers out there and chat on that. Please bring them in. That's a good one there. I hadn't thought of it in those ways. I enjoy your perspective on that.
You're welcome. Like I said, it just kind of popped into my head while I was watching the two of them. I was thinking, like, what if she had said yeah? Because, like, when she's younger, in those early, like, they're just so cute together. It's very much like a brother-sister relationship, though, which I think made it weird later.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It did. I was one of the ones who was like, oh, no. Okay.
I mean, I sort of was, too, but I think that was more because, like, since Maisie Williams never got much taller, she's still, like, I still sort of pictured her as that young girl, and I was like, no, you are still a child. It's the same reason why I could never go see that adult play Daniel Radcliffe did. Yeah, no,
I totally agree, and I think we all had kind of a similar reaction too. And by all means, the two of them as characters get their legs over. I don't care, but it just was, and the reality of it was, oh no, has time moved this fast? And I imagine, I'm not a parent, but I imagine, not in terms of what's going on in the scene, but just in general, watching your kids grow up and turn around one day and they're adults is a thing. But I'm with you on that there. Well, good stuff, Addie. All right, unpack your bags, settle in. And let's do some peeps talk. Have some dinner, and then we'll do some peeps talk very soon. Looking forward to it.
If you can find the Dr. Pepper peeps, it was like drinking a Dr. Pepper.
I'm excited.
It was so amazing.
I'm going to look for them.
Amazing. Okay.
There you go. Dr. Addie, everybody, our resident professor of smart things and peeps. We'll talk to you soon.
See you later, Ken.
All right, Addie there. You guys having a lot of fun in chat, too, talking about this, too. And also, the big question of the day, we are talking about legacy comedy sequels. Shout out to Sean Sully, also becoming a Patreon supporter tonight. That means he can call in. I would have given Sean the link. I wish you all could have experienced Sean's wedding to Jill. I still think about it. Like, there's some days I'm just driving along and I need to go to a happy space, and I go to the dance floor at Sean's wedding. Anyways, great call as always, says Lauren Romo, and I agree there. We're going to take a call from Jared in a second here. Laserbolt says this: the 80s is my favorite era for comedies, and there are very few sequels to the really good ones, but the Bill and Ted movies are both top notch. My big confession: I've seen both of them. I barely remember both. I barely remember Bill and Ted. I know it takes place in San Dimas. I know George Carlin was it. Like I got all that. I think it was. I think I saw it a little too young, and then saw Bill and Ted 2, and just I was not connected to it. So, but that's not a judgment. That's just a confession. And there's 3 Bill and Ted movies. That's right. Yeah. So okay, that's a good one too. Let me go in San Dimas High School football rules. Let me check the questions here. Sorry, I got to go into the back end on YouTube. A lot of Tully Quince's Ghostbusters 2. We're getting a lot of that. Ryan Almond checked in with 22 Jump Street. I have not seen the Jump Street movies, but they're well loved. David McKay says that. This is a great one from David. Hot Shots Part 2. Yes, actually put that in there. City Slickers 2, says Jared. And Rads are some of my jokes. Some of the jokes are dated, but American Pie 2 is fave still. Yeah, a lot of the jokes, a lot of the situations in the American Pie movies are definitely dated, and that's okay. I think it's okay for comedy to need to change, and it does change. So no problem with that. Same with the comedies of the 80s. Definitely not all of them hold up or work for me. And I've even, I mean, not even the 80s. Forget the 80s. One of my favorite films of all time is The 40-Year-Old Virgin. First of all, it was the documentary of my life at the time, but I watched that not too long ago, about a year ago, on the treadmill while I was working out. And yeah, a lot of things you wouldn't want in your comedies now. No need to even touch them. I'm going to repeat them here, but it's just how it happens. Will McLean says Bad Boys 2. Careful, Josh. Josh McCouga might appear. But Alan Smith says Salting the Pie is not okay. It's 2025. Yeah. So, but the American Pie movies, I was there, kids. I was there. A lot of you in chat were there, too. But seeing that first one in '99, it was an event, man. I was still fresh to LA. It was one of the first times I went out with a bunch of friends from the job. We all had a good laugh, and we laughed, and it was titillating. It was humorous. It was all the things that you'd want from a 1999 comedy. And the second one too it was like it was an event. It was an event. So there you go. Roger says Porky's was my fave. Going back to 80s there. So and then there's they're not direct sequels, but Eli says screw it. This is a comedy. Lego Movie 2 is very good. That's probably a good idea. There it is. JMB says if Hot Fuzz counts as a sequel in the Cornetto trilogy, it's Hot Fuzz. Yeah, I'd be open to it in terms of debate. If this was movie fights, I'd let you fight for it, but I don't think it necessarily counts. But unless someone out there is there a connection? Is there a little tiny Easter egg canon kind of thing that connects all of them? And then JMB follows that up with, if we're talking about the View Askew verse, Chasing Amy. Yeah, those are more connected, but not to the spirit. I'd accept both of them. I'd allow you to defend them. All right, let's get some calls. We got 898 for him lined up. We got Steve lined up, but we got Jared the TIE Pilot lined up, and I want to hear what he has to say. What's going on, my friend?
Good evening, Ken. How are we on this fine night?
I get my right eye is starting to itch in a way, which means my eyelid's going to be inflamed for the next couple of days, and I don't know how to stop it, Jared. Okay? Did you want the honest answer?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I just came from therapy. That's why I was late. So we're on the honesty train.
Okay. Did you cut it short?
No.
Okay. I would have. I'm glad you didn't. But I would have. I would have loved if you told the therapist, "Hey, there's this weird dude on the internet I go hang out with sometimes on the air. I gotta go. I'm fine."
She knows all about this community.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. At any point, as she said, please tell that lead guy to get in here. He needs help. Okay. No. What's on your mind?
All right. Well, as Addie said, well, hopefully, if you're still able to stream Thursday, that's when we'll get to the Watchers on the Wall.
Yes. Thursdays to go.
Right, awesome. So for tonight, we'll have another fun question. So of all the castles that we've seen on both shows, with the caveat that you can use the book description for it, what castle would you like to be lord of and live in?
I almost answered Helm's Deep, and I realized we're not talking about Helm's Deep. We're not. That's totally
Good answer.
nope, not the place. Dragonstone, man, Dragonstone. You get your own little island, own little community out there. It's big and gothic. I think it's well defended. Maybe not from dragons, but I love the shot. And then you got the obsidian if you need to trade in that. I like the idea. It's inconvenient if you need to run to the store, but I love the idea to get up to it. You got to hit that shore, and then you hit that gate, and you got to come up that long walkway. And I love House of the Dragon has done a great job using that walkway as a site for battles.
Oh yeah.
But I loved it in Game of Thrones too. My guy, I don't feel we get to see Stannis explore it enough.
No.
Budget
He's
reasons.
spiteful about it.
Yeah, and spiteful of the budget reasons. We get to see the beach. That's about it. And the table up there and everything. But I love depressed Stannis too. Staring out with the beard growing, just like leave him alone. But yeah, I think I'd go there. You?
I'm with you on. I've actually got like almost a three-way tie, but Dragonstone does lead slightly more because it's just fucking epic.
Yeah.
But my other two would be Pike and Storm's End.
Storm's End, yeah, and I love finally getting to spend some time there in House of the Dragon. Pike, yeah, it's funny. Yes, I've as someone I've said before on the show, but I have a weird affinity to Balon Greyjoy because I played Coach Balon Greyjoy in the School of Thrones YouTube series. So I always was like, oh, he's my guy. He shouldn't be my guy, but it's what it is. It is the fireplace in his chamber that sells it.
See, and I'm a House Greyjoy simp just in general. So I love that little layout and everything. It's the Kraken aspect of it all. It's just the seafaring aspect. And just those house words are fucking epic. We do not sow. Goddamn right you don't.
Okay, I do want to talk a little bit about this for yes, this is fascinating because I have always enjoyed House Greyjoy too. Again, I have the connection with the School of Thrones thing. Check it out, everybody. Search for it on the YouTubes. I'm in episode 2. But I didn't like Theon season 1. Like you're supposed to not like Theon. That's kind of the thing, and it builds.
Theon and his dad Balon, assholes, but the house.
Yes.
Like Tyrion, not Tyrion, the other Lannister, the head one, Tywin. It's the name that matters.
Yeah, and I do like Yara, show name there, of course. I like her a lot too. I like where she ends up. I love that scene with her and Danny later on, where she's just like, "Let me drop a Chaperone song on you here." But so I've liked it, but it's those. There's something I really enjoy. You're not supposed to root for Balon, but when he's just like, "Did you pay the iron price? Did you pay the iron, mother trucker? Did you pay the iron price?" And there's just something in this land. You mentioned Tywin, like I've said before, and this has raised some eyebrows to friends off air, where I'm just like, Tywin's right. The problem with Tywin is he's very right in the terms of the land, in terms of the world. I'm not saying that I agree with it or that that's what we want our world to be like, but in the world that is Game of Thrones, Tywin is right, and he proves it time and time again. His one blind spot, his own children, is what brings his downfall. We know this. But I think the other way around with the Greyjoys, and they're always losing. They're not winning a lot of battles. And there's something I like about that, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, as much as we hate Ramsay, he was kind of right when he said, Kraken, strong, in the sea, out of the water, they kind of flumble around. It's like, that's a little true.
But yes, so yeah, great. So I kind of like that scene when Theon comes back with his painted face and robes. Did you pay gold or the iron price?
No, JMB, there's no love for King's Landing. It smells like poop and dead people.
Yeah, no, King's it's look, I love visiting New York. I long ago determined I don't want to live there unless I absolutely have to. So no, I'd be good. I'd be good. Yeah. Bear Island, I wouldn't mind spending some time there. And, people scoff at me, but Winterfell's a great answer, too. I saw Romo said she's from Michigan. She'd choose Winterfell. Castle Black. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I just love how you're like, fuck all these problems. Just get me out of here. I don't
Just
want
get
to
me
deal
out of
with
here,
it.
man. I just want to stare north, I can deal with the cold, and you can all leave me alone. So,
Ooh,
anyways,
I like McKay's answer of River Run. I feel like that'd be a nice summer home.
River Run's great. Look, High Garden. Look, would I have wanted to grow up alongside Marjorie Tyrell? The answer is yes. The
Well,
answer is yes, but a little too summery and soft there for me. I don't know.
that's why I wouldn't take High Garden. I feel like River Run's got that nice balance of
Yes,
still, it's rich, but it doesn't flaunt it.
but what about Dorne? What's your
Too
thoughts
hot.
on Dorne? Too hot. Okay,
Beautiful,
sexy.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
sexy.
too
Too hot.
warm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I need seasons.
yeah. Your head would be on a swivel. I know you, Jared. Your head would be on a swivel, rightfully so, but a little too much. Yeah, seasons. I'm with you. Okay. All right.
All right.
I love it. Thank you.
Till Thursday. Watches on the wall. Everybody
it.
stay safe.
We'll see you, Jared the TIE Pilot there. Love that there. Appreciate that. If you got a thought on your favorite sequel comedy, let us know. You can answer that question also in the chat as well. I do have to get back to it and get to the specific questions if you answer it there. Box Office Jack says Police Academy 2 and James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. That's a comedy, right? I think it was billed as that. I think that counts. Didn't spend a lot of time with the Police Academy movies because of Jesus. But there you go. James Holmes asks, does Hard Home count as a castle? Doesn't end well there before. That was probably terrible. Yeah, I'd let you live at Hard Home. I don't think I'd want to, as much as I love the North and the far North and the true North, I don't think I'd live there. All right, let's get to 16 Seconds of Sports, then 8984M, then Jared the Dark Jedi. Also checking in there. But we got Steve on. Do you want camera today or not, buddy? How's your face?
Face is good. Thank you so much for having me. You can let's go. I got an update.
Okay. Here we go. Get your smiles ready. Okay, there you go. There we go. Beard Day 8. It's back, baby.
It's back. We're so back. I mean, we're not quite back all the way, but we're there. On camera, it actually looks way better than in person. So.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Just
that's good.
defined.
Sometimes the other way around because I got a trim the other day for my job interview and. My guy Richard trimmed it just right because sometimes if you trim it too far, it's almost like you got nothing, especially when it's gray. All right, we got checking in here in 16 Seconds of Sports. What do we got, Steve?
Yeah, so we got 16 seconds of sports, and I figured after that I have a bracket idea to throw your way. See if you're interested.
Hit me. I love it.
All right, you want to do the bracket first or the sports?
Whatever you feel, man. You're producer,
All
Steve.
right.
You tell me.
All right.
Huh? I work
All
for
right,
you.
all right. Let's do the bracket real quick.
Okay.
So this is like kind of like a big cliche one, but I think we might have fun with the folks in chat here, especially for the fourth region, so to speak.
Okay.
I was thinking we could do movie scenes, ranking movie scenes 1 through 16 per universe, and then we put. I'll. You don't have to do any work. I'll do all the work. There's sites that you just plug this stuff in. It does it for you really easy.
Sold.
Yeah, and so we do movie scenes. We'll rank them 1 through 6. I'll rank them 1 through 16 as seeds. So like the 1 seed in the Star Wars region would be I love you, I know, or no, I am your father. Right? I mean, like so like the real cliche famous scenes. And the 16 seed would be Wilro Hood running with the ice cream maker. Right.
This is beautiful.
So there's a Star Wars region.
Producer Steve. This is why you're producer Steve. Okay.
Thank you. So here's where I need help. We need help with the fourth region. So here's what I've got. I've got the Star Wars region, the Song of Ice and Fire region, the Lord of the Rings region, or the Middle Earth region, and we need that fourth region. So I figured we could do dealer's choice, we could do poll results, whatever we want to do.
But isn't it? Is Marvel the too obvious one, or any superhero thing? I don't have a lot of skin in them, but I've seen a lot of them.
I'm in kind of the same boat. I was thinking Marvel or Harry Potter would be the easy one, but I'm in the same boat where it's like I don't have the emotional attachment to. I would need help on ranking some of those.
I don't have the emotional attachment to either of them, and one is a big pile of Piosa to step in. So, yeah, okay. What does chat say? We got Star Trek. Of course, Jared would say Star. If Jared TIE Pilot was still on here, I'd yell at him right now. There's 2 scenes in Star Trek that are worth the conversation. I'm kidding. I'm poking the bear, aren't I? See, Eli say Marvel. I think
there's enough material to work with. I could certainly make Marvel work. But again, we don't have to. We don't have to buy the first card we see. We can let this marinate a little bit, and I can come back and because it doesn't have to be ready for Thursday, right? This isn't actually tied to the tournament. We'll just do it during the month of during March Madness. Exactly.
Okay. Lauren Roma says Twilight. I'm not joking. Yeah, it might work. If Grace is running the show, it'd be Twilight. No, yeah, you're right. We'll do it the week after. But this is genius. This is great stuff. So maybe Thursday we can put up a poll too. The MCU just seems right because I don't want to say, hey, I have no skin in it, so therefore it's not valuable. And it doesn't even need to be Song of Ice and Fire. Like if we could keep it movies too. I don't know what you feel about that.
We could. I just, I figured those are kind of the three fandoms and universes that bring a lot of the people, especially in this chat, together the most. So it's about the people, right? So, yeah. Yeah. Star Wars rings.
LQ says James Bond. We got Indiana Jones.
James Bond is a good one.
It's possible there. This is a great idea, though. This is a beautiful idea. Okay.
So, I can put that together. I'll have a little graphic for it. We can go through the and then we'll just have to decide how we want to kind of progress through it or whatever. But we'll put links up. People can go in and vote, and then that's how we'll decide what wins to the next rounds and stuff.
This is what's gonna take us to the next level. This is the shit that's on the Ringer, and I don't listen to the Ringer, but I want their numbers. So okay, cool. All right. There you go, audience. Help us decide. If you're, I'll put. If anyone's in the Discord for the Patreon page, I'll go ahead. I'll do that, and then also maybe in the community tab too. We'll do that, but also you don't have to be a supporting member. We also will do it here publicly in the chat. That's good. 16 Seconds of Sports is up next. What do we have?
All right, 16 Seconds of Sports. Little messy today, but we're going to get through it anyway. So here we go, 16 Seconds of Sports. The NCAA bracket has been set. The first four starts tonight on Tuesday. In other NCAA news, West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey says he's going to take legal action against the NCAA because WVU didn't make the tournament. Quick aside, since we've let Steve out of his sports box before, in West Virginia, the overall education rating is 48 out of 50. The economic well-being of primary school students is 47 out of 50. It has below average rates in in all educational degree milestones from primary school through advanced degrees. 20% of the state population reads below a third grade level, and 41% of the population reads below an eighth grade level. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers supposedly wants to go to the Vikings. Time really is a flat circle, and baseball started today on the other side of the world, which was pretty cool. The Dodgers beat the Cubs. It's cool that it started, but it's not cool that it doesn't feel like it's really started. So, interested what your thoughts are on that.
I saw the story of Jack Wagon going to sue the NCAA. Do it. You know what I mean? Well, this is the crazy, weird time we're in. Just do it. Bring it. Stop saying it. Point taken and all that stuff there. I obviously don't follow after school sports as much as other people do. But for this little side job I had, I actually followed the women's NCAA bracket yesterday and today, and the Unrivaled League Championship. I actually had to put together some notes about that, so I was paying attention, and I'm fascinated to see how that can go. So, I'll love to. We'll do some more bracketology. Maybe I'll make some blind picks in the NCAA tournament. Let's see if I can win you some money, Steve. And then. The Rodgers thing. I know there's also. I hope he just goes away. But I here's what I think. Look, he's one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks of all time. I'm not dumb enough to take that away from him. He's who he is. I do want him to try one more time and have it just end horribly. If that makes sense.
The Jets wasn't bad enough, huh?
Jets wasn't bad enough. I just wanted him to go to the Vikings and just have it be like, hey, you know what the problem is? You're the connecting thread here, why it's not working anymore. So we'll see. But I don't want to wish that on the Vikings. I like the Vikings. I actually like the Vikings as a team. And J.J. McCarthy still recovering from injury, right? But they're trying to maybe bring him back slowly?
He should be ready medically for next year early on, but he's never played before. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's right. You just don't know. It makes sense. But anyways, maybe hopefully his ankles just fall off. His non-wrapped ankles. I'm the only guy in the NFL who never wrapped my ankles. Never had an injury. Don't take vaccines. But the baseball thing. Here's the thing. As a lifelong baseball fan, I I have long. It's been a decade now or so of where the games start in Japan or other parts of the world, and the NFL does this on there. And I don't love it, but I don't love. I love it in the sense of it can affect your team if it's your team. But as a fan, I watched the highlights today. Didn't get up to watch the game, but I watched the highlights, and it's truly Major League Baseball is in a different spot, and there's a lot of conversation to be had about baseball recruitment in our own country. Black Americans haven't seen their numbers almost diminish in the game, and that's beyond just the game itself. Might be a bigger issue. All the the game's expensive. All those kind of socioeconomic reasons. There's bigger conversations that I don't have all the knowledge on to comment on. But it was fun to watch two Japanese-born pitchers starting this game, pitching one of them to Shohei Ohtani, whose Fortnite character is out this week. Who is perhaps we are watching the greatest player ever to step foot on the game thus far, on the field thus far. It was pretty fun. It was pretty cool to see that. The results of the game or the game itself, inconsequential to me. Though if I end up picking Teoscar Hernandez in my fantasy baseball team next Sunday, I already got an RBI, so it's good. But yeah, I have long since, I hated interleague. The idea of interleague play in the 90s, if I had a podcast in high school, Steve, I'd be an angry car guy. Because I just like interleague play is of the devil. What are we doing here? And it's been so long I don't even remember baseball without it. Right. And them starting over there is fine with me. You?
No, it's kind of just, it's cool that it's back. It's something to talk about, but I'm the same way where it's like if you don't really get to get up and enjoy it and watch it, and then the great thing about baseball is, if your team gets shellacked 10-1 on Tuesday, guess what? They play again tomorrow, and everything can get better. So in this scenario, it's not really, we're going to play a few games, take a break, I think, and then we got to wait another week. The season starts the 27th for everybody else. So
and that's been one of my things too. Why I was resistant to the idea of starting the games out there in the world is. Now we go back to spring training and we got another week or so, and opening day was still a very special holiday to me. Opening day in baseball, game starting in Cincinnati, they were always the first pitch. Like all that stuff was great. A lot of it's tradition, and hey, that's what happens. But yeah, I'm with you. It's a little unceremonious.
Yep. So yeah, that's your 16 seconds of sports. Thank you again for having me as always. We'll have our sports update or our sports date update on Thursday. We had a very exciting Formula One debut race this weekend, so we'll fill in on that on Thursday, and we'll get the bracket ready.
You got it. We'll do the bracket. We'll get the word out. We'll figure it out. Producer Steve, that's who you are, the producer, and who you are. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Ken. Take care.
All right, Steve, check it in. We got a couple more calls lined up, and then I got to go. Dylan has an update, big update. Says, I watch Young Guns. Everyone I've talked to is excited for me to watch Young Guns 2. You damn straight. Young Guns 2 is a film, as I've said before. So there you go. We got some calls, but also let me get to, what do we got? Jared, the Tide Pilot, asks, I didn't see this. I should have got to this with Steve. Question for you and Steve. What the hell are quarterbacks yelling? The play. They're yelling the play, the cadence for the snap. They're yelling audibles, the famous Peyton Manning, Omaha, Omaha. They're calling plays to the line. It's fascinating. And as a kid, I used to love pretending knowing what they were saying. Andy is here. Andy, I got you, number one. And two, Young Guns 2 is so damn good. You better believe it. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's get the calls lined up. 898-4M. And then Jared. 898-4M. Did you get up early to watch the Dodgers?
Hello. No, I had a final today, so.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Who cares? Who cares?
I need my grade.
Dodgers were on. I was texting one of my longest friends. I've known him since ninth grade, and he lives down here in L.A. And we were texting last night, and he's like, "Hey, I got to go to bed. The Dodgers are on at 3 a.m." I'm like, it's one game, man. Like, go sleep in." Anyways, what's on your mind, buddy?
Yeah. Just recovering from the final emotionally and.
Oh, good. You did it.
Mentally.
You did it.
Oh my God. It's like college finals, grad school finals. It's hard. They're hard. They're hard.
You did it. You did it. You don't even need to worry about it. What are you going to do to celebrate tonight? That's what I'm going to ask you.
I already they moved the bus lines But the benefit of that was that it got closer to thrifty, so I treated myself to some ice cream.
This is amazing. Did you get off the bus, go in and get yourself a 2-scooper, and then get back on a new bus and eat the ice cream on the bus?
No. The stop I get off it stops nearby a Rite Aid, so
But
that would be a wonderful image.
But that's what I'm saying. Get off the stop. Oh, you're saying that was your stop to go home.
Yeah.
Okay. That's different.
Yeah.
I would have gotten back on the bus and gone another lap. Though, that's great. What ice cream did you get? Did you get cones or did you get a carton?
Oh yeah, I got a cone, I got the pistachio and a brownie, a chocolate brownie.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's a controversial decision. I'm not a fan of pistachio ice cream, but that doesn't matter. If you are, you are. We yuck no yums here, unless you have an anti-peep thought, then you're wrong. But
I've had peeps before. So
you've never had peeps before?
No.
Okay. I need you to get a peep before Saturday. Okay? Actually, I need you to pick up some peeps at a Rite Aid. And I need you to not eat them until you can call into the show and eat them live on the air.
Okay. Got one more assignment. All right. They do sell them at Rite Aid, right?
They sell them anywhere. You'll find peeps at gas stations, even at the pumps, I think. You'll find peeps anywhere they sell food during this holiday season. The peeps are going to end up in your hand.
Well, I've never actually. Now I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen peeps at a store.
You're just not looking. It's like it's an optical illusion. You haven't had them in your life, so you're not where I see them everywhere. Brady need this to happen. Anyways, okay, I'm not pistachio brownie flavored ice cream. How do they mix? I'm curious about it. It does not seem like they go together.
Honestly, they didn't really go together, but sweet, it's just sweetness, anything sweet at that point.
Okay.
Your brain is fried.
Right. Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve 2 cartons. You need more than a cup or a cone. You deserve the cartons. That sounds good. So, your thoughts on baseball, international baseball?
International, I think it's weird how it counts to the record. I do enjoy seeing the Japanese team, the MPB teams play against the MLB teams, especially which team did they play? They got destroyed by one of the I forget which one. The Tigers. They got destroyed by the Tigers.
Okay, hold on. Romo's in chat, Laserbolt's in chat. You got to leave the Tigers alone. Okay, they're very sensitive about it.
Oh no, the Henshin Tigers. It's
Oh, not the Detroit Tigers, the Henshin Tigers. Got it. Okay, even then, be careful. Be careful.
I think Jack Flaherty's back. That's pretty good.
Is he back in Detroit?
Yeah, he's back in Detroit. Yeah.
Look at that, Romo. Yeah. Someone actually moved back to Detroit. Yeah. Never happens. Okay. Okay, that's great. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate your thoughts on international baseball. But have you played the Japanese baseball game that's out there that everyone talks about?
I haven't, but I sometimes just watch the clips, like the new one.
I do too.
Yeah, the animation is crisp. Oh my god, they gotta get the devs for they gotta get the devs and make the MLB Live one of them.
Yeah, no, I know. I know the new MLB The Show is out. I'm tempted to save up some allowance money when I get allowance again and get it, but. Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about how that Japanese baseball game's just blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, man. It's like there was that one strike call where it goes crazy.
Yeah. What's school wise for you, Brady? What's next? What you got this final? How long are you gonna relax? Is it spring break? And when do you go back? And what's next? When do you finish?
Yeah, it's spring break right now. I technically still have a project to do, so.
Toss it aside. You don't need it.
Yeah, I gotta get working on that, and then I think spring break. I was thinking of starting my good bad food with the American Chinese food, which might not be that controversial in this chat, but
yeah, okay. But I think I want to go. I want to go there. Yeah, I want to go to there. But yes,
there's actually a lot of history behind it, like about why It diverged so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I want to hear this. I want to hear this. And we might all agree with you, but there might be some people out there who are like, no, that's not good. That's not good Chinese food. But
yeah. People in my household.
See, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, family recipes versus some chain restaurant. I imagine, yes, they have the upper hand.
Oh, not even just chain restaurant. This is like different cuisine,
Yeah, completely. Perfect. All right. Well, we'll get you when your schooling is calmed down. Next week or so, get that project done, and then we'll do some American Chinese food.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, I had one more question.
One more thing.
What was the last test that you've ever taken?
The last test I've ever taken, in terms of school.
Yeah, like school tests, like multiple choice, short answer. You got to grade.
Oh boy, buddy, that's a good one. Back in my day, they had Scantrons.
Oh, they still have Scantrons.
They did. Okay. I mean, I wrapped college in '96. Didn't finish because I didn't go on. I finished. I didn't go on to a 4-year because I started a radio career. But I mean, I did a lot of training, a lot of security training and stuff. You got some tests and multiple choice and stuff. So it'd probably be around 2007 or 8 range.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's wild to think like there's going to be a point in your life where this is the last test you've ever taken.
Brady, let me tell you something. It's the greatest feeling in the world. It's the greatest feeling in the world. That's why I got my taxes ready today. It was my big task this morning, and I put it off to almost the last minute. My appointment's next week because I'm like it's like a test. I have to put. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I think it's different nowadays too because like a lot of people use AI to help them study, which I think as a good use or bad use of AI. I think that's a pretty good because. Specifically ask what kind of question.
It burns the souls of some of my friends, but I use AI to help with research for some of my scripts. I don't use it to write. I use it to gather research fast. So there you go. All right, go finish your ice cream and get those get those peeps.
Those peeps. I'll report on Saturday.
Yes,
we're doing good bad food for peeps on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. I'll report as my homework assignment.
Okay, there you go. All right, Brady, 890 for him. We'll see you then.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, I don't. Oh, man. Oh, Jonas is here. I did see Jonas in chat. There's Jonas, great drummer. There's some work on the Moon Ager stuff there. We're slowly. Brian Tiller and I and Hansa are slowly working on another Moon Ager song. It's all my fault, but we're gonna get some drumming going there with Jonas again too. All right, final call of the night here. Let me make sure I clear all super bladders. Thank you for the super chats tonight. Really great as we build this channel community forward. I really appreciate it. Also, shout out to recent Patreon supporters, Sean Sully, David Mackay, and James Holmes. Really means a lot too. You can be a supporter at patreon.com/KenNapsuck. I am hopefully next month. My birthday is next month, but hopefully announcing stuff for new for Patreon, building towards my first comedy special that I want to do a year from now when I turn the big 5. Jonas says my new rehearsal space is recording ready. Did we get to everything we need to get tonight? Yes, we did. That means we are going to take a call from our buddy, Jared. How are you, my friend? It's good to hear from you again.
I'm good. It's been a minute. I haven't had a chance to call in, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Ken's live tonight. I got to poke my head in. It's been a minute. Also, happy early birthday. Mine's on Tuesday, so.
Okay. I got the 19th. 19th. Okay, I'm 19th. Yep.
We both Aries guys, but no, I don't. I think you missed the cutoff.
No, I'm on the cusp. I'm a Aries with a peep rising. I don't know how to, but in some charts put me on the next one. I don't know what the next one is. What's after Aries? Taurus or Celica or Prius. But yeah, I'm an Aries. Grace knows. I need her to tell me.
I know my big 3, but that's only because back when I was single, I was like, chicks that are into astrology tend to be my type, so I should probably know.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet. Taurus. Dave Mackay's always got me covered. Taurus, it is. Yes, it is. Saturn is in Gatorade. That is generally me.
Yes.
But yeah, all right, hit me. What do you got, buddy?
All right. So comedy sequel.
Yes.
I got two dark horses. I got up to the stream a little late, so I don't know if these came up yet.
We've had a ton, but we didn't discuss anything in detail yet. So hit me.
Okay, comedy sequel. First one, seasonal film. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Fascist president cameo notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Is leagues better than the first movie.
Okay.
I think
I've only seen the first one.
Original. I think it goes to such a cartoonish place. Like people love to joke about Kevin McAllister like actively trying to kill the wet/sticky bandits. And it goes from like pranks that could add up to somebody dying to this child basically doing Mortal Kombat fatalities on these grown men for like the back 20 minutes of the film. And it's just, I just have more fun watching that one. That's hot take one, which is not going to surprise.
Well, hold on. Producer Steve says that is a hot take, and he respects it. So you've got a hotter take than Home Alone 2 being the better of the films.
Okay. I have a hotter take.
Wow. Hit me.
Men in Black 2 is the best Men in Black movie.
I'd like can I end the show now? Look.
I know, shocker. I went in with a Will Smith opinion, but
no. Here's the thing. I am a fan of a very big fan of the first Men in Black. I was so excited for Men in Black 2. But here's the thing. You listen, if you even listen to one episode of Force Center, you've heard my thought. Like reevaluation is important. Yeah. I have a person. My old friend Tim Blaney is the voice of Frank the Pug. And
no shit.
Cool. We were in the Groundlings together, and he had done Johnny Five in Short Circuit, and he was Frank the Pug. And so I was excited because I knew him when he went off to film it. Like I was very excited that he was going to get more to do.
Yeah.
And even that fell short for me. and so I have a weird relationship with it, but I don't. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I want to hear why.
Well, I first of all want to shout out David McKay. I don't know if he knows. I am a longtime defender of the movie Wild Wild West. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. There are many clips of me on the internet defending that movie, and I will until the day I die. No, I think. Well, we're sorry.
I mean, yeah. We all have those movies, and we have a right to do that. So, Wild West. Okay,
I'm willing to admit that like roughly 40% of my love of that movie is the song. I'm happy to admit that 40% of that is the fucking song.
That's okay. That's fair. But Men in Black 2, which is it's bigger and bolder. Laura Flynn Boyle, right? Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
So first of all, I've come to realize that like I was kind of primed to love The Last Jedi from a young age because Men in Black 2 and Hook were like some of my favorite movies as a kid. Okay. And I was always kind of primed for that, like, the hero's retired and he's put that behind him and he's not doing this shit anymore.
He's a postman.
Yeah. He's a postman. And he's got to put the boots back on. And he's got to get back on the field and do the damn thing. Yeah. You're right, Coop. Y'all are doing the Wild Wild West dance, and I will have a cowboy hat. But so like I love that trope. I think Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith's chemistry in 2, it's just really fun because we're over the like Padawan master hump,
right?
And
equal
now they
footing.
get to now they're on equal footing. It's like getting to see Obi-Wan and Anakin like once Anakin is past being an apprentice and you get that rapport. Okay. I love that element a lot, and I think it builds nicely into MIB3, which I also like a lot. I don't think there's been a bad Men in Black movie. I know I'm in the minority.
I didn't see 3. Is Warburton in that one? What's 3?
Warburton's in 2. He's Jay's
in
partner.
2. That's right.
He has to neuralize. 3 gets into time travel, and it has Jermaine Clemens from Flight of the Conchords as the villain, and it's hilarious.
I mean, I love Jermaine Clemens. I'm out on time travel. Okay. All right.
But No, I just love the dynamic. Like you said, like the action's bigger. Obviously Vincent D'Onofrio is like one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think Zerlina is a more fun villain than Egger.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't me. This is an episode of Movie Fights. Number one, because I'm not a monster too. Like I don't. I mean, you're talking. When did this movie come out? 2002 or 3?
02?
Like, yeah. Like I haven't seen it since then, so I don't know.
That's fair.
But I have seen Men in
2002,
Black pretty much every year since it came out in '96. So you know, yeah. So,
like I said, I'm aware I'm in the minority there on thinking that every single Men in Black movie is good. Again, I have my Will Smith tinted glasses for most things. I think I might be one of the only people on the planet who's excited about the fact that he has an album coming out next week for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'll own that, but MIB2, I think, does not get its flowers anywhere near enough.
Okay. All right. Look, this is what we're doing. This is why. It's a hot take world. And there's MIB4, says Dave McKay. Is there a fourth one too?
So it depends on how you count it, because there's Men in Black 1 through 3, and then there's Men in Black International, which does not have Agent J or Agent K in it. It's Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. Right. And I had fun with that. But like, if they were to do another MIB movie, I don't know if they'd call it 4 or 5, because there is a fourth film, but it's not numbered.
Is it okay? Is it in okay, I see. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's like the Ghostbusters thing where it's not canon but canon. Okay,
it is. It is. They do
canon.
It, like there's like one of the like MIB higher ups has an office, and they have like, it's bizarre. It's like an oil painting of like Agent J and Agent K fighting the Egger bug at the end of the first movie. So like, they make it abundantly clear that like we are not trying to like reset any continuity. This happened, but this is like happening in its own corner, away from
it's just fine.
Will
Look,
and Tommy Lee.
I would even be not opposed to them doing another one. Like I it's a fascinating world.
I have a full pitch written in my notes app about what I think they should do for it. I'm not even kidding.
What's it doing there? Once you get your spec script together, start submitting that shit. You know?
I don't think I could be trusted to write a movie with Will Smith in it.
Don't make me get on you like I get on Alden. Like you all spend so much time together as friends, but what do you do for your careers? Don't have friends, work on your careers. Okay, it's worked out well for me. Okay, it's worked out great. No, that's a good idea. Get to it. Write your dreams, man. I never forget, man. I moved to LA in part to do screenwriting, and I had a pitch. For a script called Star Wars: The Rise of the Rebellion in like 09, 010. Can you say 010? 09 and 10. And I was told by some people in the industry, they're never going to make Star Wars films again. Don't waste your time with this. The opening scene of the movie was a hallway scene in which Darth Vader chopped up rebel agents trying to get away from him. Okay, what I'm saying is, Jared, write it. Pitch that shit.
I think you might have been onto something there with the people wanting to see Darth Vader in a confined space.
Come on.
With nothing between him and the rebels but air and opportunity. Like
there you go. And I said, okay, I guess you're right. And I put it aside. I never touched it. All right. Not that anything would have happened. Jared, I appreciate the call. Home run of a call. Run of a call. Hot takes. I love it. Yeah. I did not say that on YouTube when Rogue One came out, Coop. I did not.
No. See, I threw my own temper tantrum similar to that because I had talked about this for years before I had even touched a hot microphone. That I had said that if we ever got a Darth Vader, like a movie where Darth Vader is the main character and he's going on an adventure, that it should be him tracking down a Mace Windu who survived and going that route. And that was forever stolen from me. And I can never reclaim. It would be a really compelling story for Vader to have to hunt down Mace Windu, right? Like that was his first Jedi kill, and like Mace kind of being disillusioned could be like a weird mirror to hold up to Anakin. I can't do that anymore. It's dead.
God. It would have been done right. It would have been a Stone Cold versus The Rock 2. All right, it would have worked. It would have worked. Big call, Jared. Big win. Thank you for calling in, buddy.
Thank you, as always.
Jared, everybody. Jared, everybody, check out the Dirt Academy podcast. There you go. There you go. We're out of here. A lot of fun. I thought I was going to do about an hour tonight. You guys really brought the heat tonight, and I appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who left super chats. I really appreciate that. Thanks for those who are jumping on to the Patreon page. We're now over 100 Patreon supporters for the first time in 4 years, 5 years? I don't know. It's been a while. You guys are great. We'll see you next time. Thursday, DS9. Bye.